Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. I was trying to start earlier, I kept getting delayed. We have two blended Scotch whiskies with no age statement. The first is Grant's, the Family Reserve, but now called Triple Wood. If you look on the website, it says Triple Wood, formerly the Family Reserve. Let me update some information here. The Family Reserve. Okay. This is pretty common. Most of the stores sell it around here. Don't know how popular it is. It is a family-owned company, and there you go. It's 80 proof, no age statement. They use 3 different types of wood. It says established 1887. And it says on there Glenfiddich, because that's the distillery they own, Glenfiddich, the Glenfiddich, and they use that single malt in the blend. William Grant owns Glenfiddich. If you look at the William Grant and Sons website, and I've had the Glenfiddich 12-year, and it was nice. I only tried it. I didn't buy it. I plan to correct that. So there's the seal on there, 1887. It's got this embossment there. It's got the ridges where you grab it and it'll give you some surface area so it doesn't slip out of your hand. And this handle bottle. Cutty Sark Prohibition Edition, introduced in 2013. So it's a newer one. 100 proof, rare for Scotch whiskey. 100 proof, black bottle, non-chill filtered, no age statement. Price, if you get a size bottle of Cutty Sark, it's gonna run you right now $29.99. You say, well, that's a penny short of 30 bucks. Correct. That is absolutely correct. Grant's, regular size bottle, $20. 17. No, I'm not sure. Let's look up the price. Metal twist cut. Now, there's many different Grants. You got to understand. This is just one of them. There's so many different ages, expressions. Just spend your whole drinking. I don't want to say that. It sounds bad. Your whole tasting career, hobby, experience, just with Grants. So if you can get into Scotch whiskey and only do Grants, light gold, very light gold, and you wouldn't run out. I mean, assuming you could find all of the expressions. That's the issue with a lot of these. You look on the website, oh, look at this. But then you go to the store and it might have 2 or 3 of them. A lot of stores, they're just not going to carry everything. Well, how can they? You know, they have limited. There's real cork, limited space. Let's see. Darker gold, but neither one of them is what you would call dark. Grants, Lou Grants. $24.49 for the hand, even with the JB inflation. That's the only size they sell. All right, so let's convert that to a regular bottle. It's all they sell. They don't sell any other expressions, any other sizes. So I guess for total wine, it's not a big seller. 24.49 divided by 1750 times 750. Wow, cheaper than I thought. $10.50. Well, $10.50 versus $29 $19.99. Is it going to be $19.50 better? I can see how that could be, but it's going to be better. Angelo Ziccarelli says hello. Hello to you, Angelo. Good morning. It's a little bit cool here, a little bit. In another hour, I wouldn't be able to have this pullover on me because it'd be too warm. Grant says, triple wood whiskey. The third makes it Grant's. Many whiskeys take their flavor from just one cask, but we mature Grant's triple wood in 3 different types of wood. It says 2 barrels make it good, the third makes it Grant's. Virgin oak cask provides spicy robustness. American oak lends subtle vanilla. So there's virgin oak, meaning never before used. American oak, that's used bourbon barrels, or it could be American blended whiskey barrels. Vanilla smoothness and bourbon refill offers brown sugar sweetness, resulting in a smoother, richer, mellower taste. Okay, let's try to figure this out. Virgin oak, never, that would be never touched before. Okay. American oak. Oh, that's just American oak, not former. So I guess the virgin oak is from Scotland, England, Wales. American oak is just barrels that they made out of American oak. And then bourbon refill is old bourbon barrels that they're refilling. Okay. Can it really be that different? Okay. Nose, complex, clean with notes of ripe pear and summer fruits. Balances vanilla sweetness with malty and light floral fragrances in the taste. Well, fragrance is a smell, not a taste. Finish, long and sweet with a subtle hint of smoke. Smoke, I don't remember any smoke on Grant's. Our distillery. Built in 1963, Gervan Distillery was an amazing feat. But they finished it in time for the first spirit to be bottled on Christmas Day, 1963, as was the case at our sister distillery, Glenfiddich, in 1887. So Glenfiddich, where they make the single malt, the malt whiskey, and the Gervan, where they make the grain whiskey, they were both, their liquid was first bottled on Christmas Day of the year. Today, our Gervan grain whiskey is seen as one of the best in the world and is at the heart of every single bottle of Grant. So they're showing those big column stills. Okay. Okay, very nice. All right, triple wood 8-year, triple wood 12-year, summer orange, spirit drink. Oh boy, orange flavored. Oh golly. All right. Everybody got to make a flavored whiskey now. Cutty Sark. American sherry oak cask. That's right. Finished in sherry oak. So not bourbon barrels, but sherry, like say maybe Taylor sherry or Fairbanks sherry. Good morning, Ron, checking in, says Jeep and Foodie. Good morning to you, Jeep and Foodie. Angelo says it's 3:51 there. Wow. Cheers, Ron. I'm off to bed, says Nicolette. Off to bed. Okay. Here we go. See, a lot of people are getting off of work at this time. They work nights. My father used to do that. He said he hated it. Boy, he said it was killing me working overnight. But he did it for 40 years. Nearly 40, not quite. Yeah, this smells like wood. You say, how many woods? 3 types. No, it does smell like wood. I'm telling you, wood. This smell like vanilla. But it's hard to say because they're both talking about vanilla in the nose. So, but that one over there, my right hand smells stronger, like it's got more proof. But I don't know. Let's taste it. It's a taste challenge. Yeah. Smell like some sort of whiskey, you know, like just generalized whiskey. Like if you ask somebody, what does this taste like? They say, oh, it tastes like whiskey. Oh, what type? American, Canadian, Irish, Scotch? They might say, I don't know. Can't figure it out. Strong wood, strong grain and malt. And this is the key, the compost pile. See, I got it now. That Cutty Sark compost pile. If you drink regular Cutty Sark, you know, in the green bottle, green glass bottle with the yellow label in the ship, as opposed to this black bottle with the tan or beige label in the ship, or khaki label, I should say. Either way, both of them, you're going to get that compost pile taste. It's weird. Hold on a second. What are you doing? Being good? Come on. You want to go outside? Come on. Let's go outside. So you want to eat some more food? Okay. I gotta watch this feral cat that showed up around here because she will tear stuff up. You know, in her mind, playtime means destroying things, and I don't like that. And I don't want this really around here. Then I bought this food, spent over $10 for a bag. Oh, she don't like it. And somebody said, "Let us starve before you change." I said, "She'll do that. She ain't gonna eat it." And anyway, she can go kill squirrels, kill whatever to eat. She's not gonna eat the food she doesn't like. All right. But you see, this wild cat got tame. You see, what they do is they get tame, but they get to know you after a few months, and then they want to lay claim to your house in your time. But she's over there eating. See, she'll eat the Purina Frisky, you know, the seafood medley. She loves that. Oh boy, she liked the Heartland Farms outdoor cat food. That's all gone. And then this I said, well, Heartland Farms seafood, whatever it's called. Oh, she'll like it. I said, boy, just like those old commercials with what was his name? Frisky the cat for Friskies, you know, whatever it was. Remember him? No, it wasn't. His name was something. It was a male cat, orange cat, and he was finicky. Like he was like her. He didn't want. That was the old commercials. Try this. Oh, you wouldn't eat it. Hell no. So you had to eat the expensive food. You see, that's why they were in the commercials all the time. And he would do the little dance, but all it was reverse. They would reverse the film, go forward. You know, it was a trick, like the Hitler dance after France surrendered. That little, they said he was dancing a jig, but it was a camera trick. Pretty obvious camera trick. I don't know why anybody fell for that. They said, look, he's dancing. No, he wasn't dancing. He just stomped his foot. You know, some viewers are like, how dare you take up for that man? I'm not taking up for the man. I'm saying it was a camera trick. But intelligence is something that escapes people. Not everybody, but some people, you know, they struggle with that. Okay, cheers, Ron. I'm off to bed. Morris the cat. Oh yeah, Morris. I knew it was some name like that. Morris. Something's happened to Morris. He always comes home. All right. You're gonna get your money, Maury. Not true. Okay. I want my money. I want my money. All right. Vanilla. This is very vanilla. Very vanilla. You say, oh, that's an expression that means it's weak and it's plain. There's nothing to it. That's an expression people use to describe like a movie or something. Oh, that was very vanilla. No, and I don't mean it in that way. I mean it's very vanilla in the flavor. It tastes like vanilla. Okay. It's a good flavor. Now, when I first tried Grant's, I didn't like it. It was my least favorite. James P. Madonna liked it so much, and I was saying, ooh, but now I've learned to like it. So I realized, as usual, it wasn't the product, it was me. Like a lot of times when I don't like a beer, I'll like, oh, then if I revisit it and take time with it, I'm like, oh, it was me, not the product. You say, what about with camo beers? Well, it was the product there. I don't know. But I guess some people like camo. It's on the shelves. Well, it was in Detroit 8 years ago, everywhere. I don't know if they still make it. I hope they don't. So anyway, I think it's the Grants. But let me go. But let me make sure. Let me go with this. Yeah, this got to be the Cutty Sark. Cutty Sark is the winner. It's the winner. But is it really worth $19.50 more per bottle? See, I can't see that. You say, but it's 100 proof. I need the high proof. Then you might need to go to counseling. You might need a treatment center. You need it. If you want to drink whiskey, fine. You want to drink it. If you need to drink it, yeah, that would be a red flag. What we call a red flag. All right. You say, well, I just need a little bit before work, a little bit during work, a little bit after lunch at work, a little bit later on at work, a little bit before I leave work, a little bit when I get home. Yeah, I knew somebody like that. And he wasn't drinking a little bit, and he died when he was 49, 6 years ago. A disastrous life experience for him, especially. But so see, you want to balance things out, because if you don't, you're going to get unbalanced and then bounced, you see. All right, anyway, but you say, well, I know that. Well, that's good. Practice it. Practice what you know. People will say that with religion, I know the Lord, I know Jesus. Yeah, but do you practice it? Oh, well, I was saved when I was 9 years old. Okay. You understand things really well when you're 9? Think about a 9-year-old's thought, thinking. You can't vote when you're 9. Think about people's mindset when they're 19. You say, yeah, that's questionable. So let's think about that. You say, well, are you practicing it? You go to church? I'm spiritual. Oh, okay. You know what people are going to say before they say it, right? It's like, I believe in exercise and staying in shape. Do you exercise? Well, I watched a videotape about it in 1988. Do you stay in shape? Do you, see, people don't like to hear that. Oh, don't tell me that. Well, we are telling you that because it's something you need to hear, but you may not want to hear it, you see, because it's offensive to you. Look at you jumping up and looking out the window. All right, well, anyway, enough preaching, but you get the point. It's not talking about it like the book of St. James. Like, remember the epistle, not really a book, but it's one of the books of the Bible, but it's an epistle, a letter. He said it's not just saying it, talking about it. It's doing it. That, in other words, to use just a basic expression, the proof is in the pudding, is what he was saying. The proof is in the pudding. It's not what you say about it, it's what you do about it. What are you, crazy? See what I'm talking about, folks? You're not going to climb up on the curtains. Come here. Don't you. See, her idea of fun is climbing up on the curtains and trying to get on top of the curtain rod and destroy it. This is not the way we play. She's saying, oh, that's the way I play. Destruction. I have an appetite for destruction. Yeah, well, I don't. She has no free will. She's an animal. She only works on instinct and some learned behavior, because they can learn to an extent, but they don't have free will. Like, they don't say, well, let me decide what I'm going to do. No, their behavior is aimless. They don't make plans. They just make trouble. Okay. Well, we're about to go outside, and you are going to stay outside all day. You are not about to wander around this house. She'll be satisfied outside. She is generally satisfied outside. All right, except at night when she wants. No, please don't go back there. All right. Yeah, I got it. Cutty Sark. Oh man, get off of there. Get off of there. All right, come here. You're going outside. Outside you go. She gets out of control. I cannot have it. All right, just like a frenzy of insanity. Okay, all right, enough of this. Okay, so easy to tell them apart. Would you confuse Grants from Cutty Sark? Well, I mean, I guess you could if you had no experience with the two, which would defeat the point of doing the taste challenge. It's like, well, I barely ever tried this one, and I barely ever tried that one. I'm not familiar with either. Let me see if I can tell them apart. Well, I mean, why would you tell them apart? You don't have any familiarity with them. So, but I have been sipping on these over the last couple of weeks for Cutty Sark, and years for Grant. Been years now. Yeah, I don't see how you would mix them up. Now, is it a $19 difference? I can't really justify that. But I really pay $19 more for the Cutty Sark. I would not myself. It's a better product, but then you're starting to make trade-offs. You see, well, you say it's trade-offs. You pay less money, you get a little less of a product. But the trade-off is you saved $19. So sometimes you have to do trade-offs, and we talk about that all the time. Trade-offs. Does it always, can it sometimes be even? Are there situations where it's an even trade? There are situations like that. It's just that they're rare. So there really aren't too many situations like that, but they exist. The general rule is that you have an unbalanced comparison. And so then you have to decide. And that's the way it works. It can be with almost any kind of what we call a conflict. You say, what is a conflict? It's a situation in which a choice has to be made. You say, well, I want both. You can't have both. Like it's a theoretical, hypothetical. Some people can't think hypothetical. We were talking about that on the phone yesterday evening, me and my friend Paul. I was saying there's some people I know personally that cannot think hypothetically. They only think in a linear manner. So I'll say, well, so you can't have both. You got to choose. So which one would you choose? And then they would say, well, I got the money. I can buy both. I'll say, yeah, I know. But I'm saying if you had to choose, which one would you pick? And they would say, yeah, but I don't have to choose. I can afford both. And then you just give up. So you say, okay, well, you're not going to get anywhere, you know, it's just not going to go anywhere. So you give up on it. All right. Anyway, Mr. AK says, Ronald, I think you drink responsibly. I try to. Yeah, I do. I don't just try to do it because that's a cop out. People say, I'm trying. Really? Or are you saying that just to get sympathy because you're planning your next escapade? You know, you're not really. So trying means you're doing, you know, you're actually literally trying. Yeah. So I think it's working out pretty well. All right. So anyway, the winner, Cutty Sark, with consideration. So that's the point here. Cutty Sark is the winner with certain things taken into account. And I think that's a sensible thing to look at, taking things into account. Now, the next taste challenge is going to be quite interesting, very interesting. It's going to be Cutty Sark Prohibition Edition versus Clan MacGregor. You say Clan MacGregor. Yeah. That's also produced by William Grant and Sons. And it's a budget brand. And I mean really budget. Like cheaper than Grant's. Now you say, well, you just gave the price for Grant's. That's astronomically cheap. Yeah, well, this is even cheaper. Clan MacGregor. Now you might say, oh, that's what old alcoholics drink. Think about it. Do alcoholics really drink Scotch? You say, well, in Scotland they do. I think in Scotland they drink that Buckfast tonic wine. Like they drink tonic wine, Buckfast. Clan MacGregor is a really cheap product, but it does so much better than the price point. Like if you saw the price, you say, I'm not drinking that. I'm not even going to buy it. I'm sure it's gasoline, or as people say, rot gut. Oh, I would never dream of buying Clan MacGregor. When did this stuff hit the market? This is a joke. But now you're judging it. You never tried it, you see. Well, if you approached it open-mindedly, you would be shocked. Absolutely shocked of the quality. You would be shocked by the quality that you get for such a low price. And it's been on the market since 1934. So it's been on the market nearly 90 years, and it's been winning in its, you know, in its own little purpose area. All right, so Clan MacGregor going up versus Cutty Sark. Is Clan MacGregor going to win? Well, it's not going to win, not actually, but it's going to concepts. So thanks, everybody. See you later, meaning tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, another day. Unless I do it today as a preemptive for tomorrow. Thanks, y'all.